video of some things that I have picked up over the last month or two. It's not too much stuff, but somehow I ended up with 5 more eyeshadow palettes again. I don't know how that happened, but we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna share with you guys everything that I got. So, I have stuff from Colourpop, I have stuff from Sephora, I have stuff from Odens Eye, so let's just get right into it. So, let's share the stuff that I got from Odens Eye first. So, I only got 2 eyeshadow palettes from Odens Eye. So, they just launched a new collab collection with Batty Bean, Makeup Just for Fun, and Lauren May Beauty, and it's called the Perfect World Collection. So I picked up 2 of the palettes from the collection. So I did pick up Batty Bean's palette and Makeup Just for Fun's palette. So these are the 2 palettes. So let's start off with the Planet Spirit palette from Batty Bean. Now, originally I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up these palettes, but I really do love Batty Bean, and originally I was only going to pick up Makeup Just for Fun because I thought her color story was definitely the one that I would use the most, but I really wanted to get Batty Bean's as well because, again, I do love Batty Bean's channel, and I just really wanted to pick this palette up. I am really tired today. I'm like, do I really want to film right now? Okay, so anyway, this is what the palette looks like. And it's this really beautiful, like, super poppy, punchy palette for spring. So we have 5 mattes and 5 shimmers in here. So we have Fauna, Kingdom, Annihilation, Pride, Majestic, Rescue, Familiar, Habitat, Kindred, and Sanctuary. And I really have been enjoying this palette a lot. The mattes are beautiful and pigmented, and the shimmers are stunning. I really feel like this is an easy palette to use if you don't know what color combos to put together and you kind of want to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. I really feel like this palette makes it easy to... does my eyeshadow look okay? Does my eyeshadow look okay? I don't know. I feel like one of them is not blended as well as the other side, but honestly, I don't really care. So anyway, I love this palette. The mattes blend beautifully, and the shimmers are very pigmented as usual, as I'm used to with Odens Eye. I think that this is the same quality I'm always used to with Odens Eye, so let me just swatch some of the shades for you guys, but I have used every single shade in this palette, and I really have been enjoying this color story. I do wish that there was, you know, like one purple shade in here because I kind of feel like that's the only shade I'm missing. But I really feel like this palette, like I said, you only need like 3 or 4 shades to create a look with this. And it's really easy to do a look. So this one is Familiar, and this one is Habitat. So I just wanted to swatch a couple of shades. I'm not going to swatch everything. I'm just going to swatch a few. Fauna is one multi-chrome in here, so I do love that Odens Eye does put one multi-chrome in each palette. So that one is the Batty Bean palette, and then the second palette is the Makeup Just for Fun and Odens Eye palette, and this one is called the Flora Story palette. Very beautiful packaging again. Just so cool. I love the theming. I love their packaging. It's always so beautiful. And this is what this one looks like. This is actually the only one that's sold out of the 3 so far. So again, we have 5 mattes and 5 shimmers in here. So we have Dawn, Shroom, Magnolia, Sage, and Lush. And then we have Clover, Best Buds, Azalea, Misty, and Orchid. So that's what this one looks like. And I think you guys know from my first impressions video that this is actually my least favorite palette in this video formula-wise because the mattes in here are just incredibly powdery. I don't know what it is about these mattes, but these are not the matte formula that I'm used to with Odens Eye. They're very hard to blend and build, especially the purple shades, but I find with all the shades, there's a massive amount of kick up and powder kick up from the pan. And when I'm blending it on my eyes, they get very powdery. Even this deepening shade Orchid is kind of difficult to get to show up smoothly on the outer corners. So I do find this palette difficult to work with. The shimmers are stunning though. That's why I love Odens Eye. I usually do really like their matte formula though. I usually don't have any problems blending their mattes. So I don't know if I got a bad one, but I did see that Karen Harris was also having a bit of trouble blending this shade as well in her video when she did test out the palette and did her Odens Eye video, because usually she gets the palette sent to her. And she said she was having difficulty blending this shade as well. So I don't think it's just me. So we have Magnolia, Misty, and Orchid. And again, stunning shimmers. Never have any issues with their shimmers. They're all beautiful. So that's what makes this palette worth keeping to me. But if they didn't have that amazing shimmer formula, this could have potentially been a palette that I just could have decluttered. But I really love makeup just for fun, and I really like Odens Eye's formula. And the greens blend very easily. It's mostly the purples that I have an issue with, but I would say like 6 out of the 10 shades in the palette are good. The mattes are just like really hard to blend, and I honestly like dread using some of them sometimes, but I want to get more use out of the palette. So again, I've used every single shade in this palette as well, and I actually reached into it one more time like for St. Patrick's Day because I wanted to use this to do a green look with it, and that green look performed just fine. All the shades were performing just fine. So it's really only like the purple mattes that are difficult to blend. So let's jump into those are the only 2 things that I got from Odens Eye. So now we're going to jump into some products that I got from Sephora. So let's jump into those. Oh God, let me move my water. Let's not have that be a disaster. So let's just put this over here. Okay, so I did get some things from Sephora. So I did pick up some new cheek products. So first off, I did not want to miss out on these highlighters again. And these highlighters sell out for good reason because they are absolutely stunning. So I finally got my hands on the Rare Beauty Positive Light highlighters from Selena Gomez's line. And I got 2 of the shades. I got Enlighten and Exhilarate. I have used these so much since I've gotten them because they are such beautiful highlighters to use. I would have used, I like honestly would use these every single day if I could because that's how much I love them. Sorry if my blush is not blended super well right now. I actually sprayed my brushes because I'm going on a live later, but I forgot that I shouldn't have sprayed the brushes until after I touched up my makeup because I did wear this makeup to class this morning. So I wanted to reapply some of my blush, but I forgot that I had sprayed my blush brush before I redid my makeup. So I'm like, maybe I should have done that after, not before, but it's fine. So anyway, these are the shades that I got. So the first shade is called, if I could get this out of here, it's called Enlighten. And I really love the packaging of these. They're just really nice and compact. And then this is what this shade looks like. And I swear, you guys, you only need the tiniest amount. And they are so silky smooth and gorgeous. Absolutely stunning on the skin. Like, it amps up any highlighter that you're wearing. Like, look at that. I barely used any of it. My highlighter is on kind of thick right now, and I can't, again, blend it as well. But you guys can't really see that too much because, again, my brush is a little bit wet. But I could just use my Anastasia brush. And it just amps up any highlighter. It's just so pretty. It's a little bit thick right now, but it's fine. I'm literally taking my makeup off after this anyway because I want my face to breathe before the live. But they're so gorgeous. Like, I've been adding these to, like, any highlighter that like I'm not really like feeling if it's not intense enough for me, I'll just throw that on top and it'll make the highlighter just look gorgeous. And then the other one that I got was the shade Exhilarate. I'm kind of regretting not getting the light pink shade, but I didn't want to get more than 2 at the time. I was like, let me just try them out first and see how they are. And I really do understand why they are so hyped. Why can't I get these out of the boxes, though? Okay, and this one is called Exhilarate. And this one's kind of more of like a goldy tone one, which of course you guys, I said you guys. You guys knew I needed to get the gold. But it's just this really pretty like champagne-y gold, and they're just stunning. I really do understand why these are so popular. They literally are silky touch highlighters. Like, they go on like they're silk. And I also love that they're kind of more of like a baked formula because that makes them like even more pigmented. These I find are more worth it than the Haus Labs highlighters because I think that these are way more intense than those. I mean, I understand if people like don't want a super intense highlighter like I do, but I think that these will work for anybody because they just look so gorgeous on the skin that they're not like, oh my god, like super glittery. They're just intense, but they have like this beautiful finish to them that I feel like they're more worth it to me than the Haus Labs ones. I know that these are like smaller compacts and they're like $25, which I think that is a great price. But I would pay like $40 for these because I think that the formula is more worth it than the Haus Labs highlighter. I just did not really like the formula of that one. It was good, but I didn't think it was worth $40. Those I would pay $40 for because I think the formula is amazing. But speaking of Haus Labs did just launch some new blushes and I was super excited for them. So I ended up picking up 2 of the shades of the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga blushes. This one I ordered with the Rare Beauty highlighter. So this one is the Color Fuse blush in the shade Pomelo Peach. It's like falling out of the bottom. So there is the shade name on top, and the compact is like this super reflective silver packaging, which I'm not like obsessed with because fingerprints do get all over it, but it's not a huge deal. And this is what the first shade looks like. This one I have worn, I think at least 5 times. It's a beautiful, beautiful peach shade. It's a very buildable, very smooth, velvety formula, I would say. Like, they don't swatch too pigmented, but when you build them up on the face, they are beautiful. So they're just very easy to use. And I think she has a solid blush formula. And yes, these are the same price as the highlighter and the bronzer. And y'all know I love this bronzer. I use this bronzer all the time. It's amazing. So I do think that the blushes and the the blushes and the bronzers are a little bit more worth it than the highlighter formula. That's just me though. And then for the other shade that I got was the shade Hibiscus Haze. I wasn't sure if I was going to get more than one shade, but I kept on thinking about this color as well, so I decided to pick up the mauve pink shade. It's such a gorgeous mauve pink. It's a little bit more of like a warmer mauve pink rather than like a cool tone pink. It's a really pretty color, so I was like, I really wanted to get this shade too. And they almost have a little bit of a sheen to them. They're really, really pretty. So I decided to get that shade as well. So that one is the shade Hibiscus Haze. So those are the 2 blushes that I got from Haus Labs. And then I also finally was able to get my Christmas presents from my boyfriend for Christmas. We just got them really late for each other because we just didn't have the money at the time to get them. And also he took me out for our anniversary like 2 days after Christmas because our anniversary is 2 days after Christmas. So it's fine. I was like, whenever you can get it, it's fine. So I just asked him to get me a gift card to Sephora. So I got a couple of things. So the first thing that I got was something from Gucci. I really was curious about the new blushes that they had launched. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it with a gift card because these are not cheap blushes. They're like $50. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it. So I got the Gucci Cheeks and Eye Powder Luminous Matte Blush in the shade 02 Tender Apricot. I would not pay for this myself because it's too expensive. But look at this packaging. Like, how pretty, right? It's so cute, but why is it so tiny? And it says the shade name on the back, and then when you open it up, this is what the blush looks like. So, of course, y'all know I had to get the peach shade. And it says the Gucci on the center, like it does with most of their powder products. And I'm swatching like everything in this video, but I wanted to show you guys the cheek products. So that is the Gucci blush in Tender Apricot. So it's a lot lighter than the Pomelo Peach shade. And I like that it's kind of like a true apricot color. I really, really like the formula of this. It's a really soft, easy, blendable formula. It's not too pigmented, and it just builds really nicely. I've worn this a few times already, and every time I wear it, I really, really like it. Is it worth $50 though? Definitely not. I think this could be like $35 maybe. Like $50 is pretty steep for a blush. But if you have the chance to splurge, I do think that this is a really nice formula. So I really have been enjoying it. I've been seeing mixed reviews on them, but I really like it. So I like it just as much as the House Labs blushes. So I think it's really pretty. Okay, and then the next thing that I got is the Tower 28 new lip crayon. This is the tinted lip balm, Juice Bomb tinted lip balm, and this one's in the shade Mix. So, of course, I had to get the just regular nude shade. So this is what the packaging looks like, and I think it's really cute with the orange packaging. And then when you open it up, you just push up the bottom. It's very similar to like the lip crayon packaging of Colourpop's lip tints, which y'all know I love those lip tints. They're so good. So I really wanted to try this formula, and this one is the shade Mix. It's a really pretty, just everyday nude shade. I really, really like the formula of this. It's really, really nice. Not too expensive as well. And I love the formula so much that I really want to get another one of these when the sale comes up. So I'm thinking about getting the pink shade. But yeah, this is really, really nice on the lips. Very smooth, very easy to apply. Very comfortable on the lips. And I really like that it has like a light tint to it. Just really, really pretty. So I really like that too. And then the last thing that I got with the gift card is a new concealer. And I really wanted to try this one. So this one is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie Concealer. And this one is the brand new concealer that they've launched. And this one is in the shade 10NN. I'm usually in the shade 10NN for like anything that I get from, not Colourpop, from Urban Decay. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very, very big component, but you're supposed to be able to use this brush and kind of like use it like underneath your eyes. I haven't used it with a brush yet. I've just been applying it with my beauty sponge, and this is what the applicator looks like. It's really nice. Okay, so this is the Quickie Concealer. Sorry, my mom was just telling me something. And this is the applicator, and I really have been enjoying the formula of this. It's a very velvety, very smooth and creamy concealer, but it's also very matte, but it's very, very lightweight. And it brightens your under eyes so beautifully, like especially with this shade because it is the lightest shade in the line. But it's not like a stark white. It just like brightens my under eyes and makes my under eyes look really awake. But I really have been enjoying the formula. It blends out really easily. It's kind of similar to the Tarte Hydroflex concealer that I love so much. So just Tarte and Urban Decay know how to make concealers because they're always the ones that I end up loving from high-end brands. I have not met an Urban Decay concealer that I don't like. So this is now my third one I've tried from them because I had the original Urban Decay Stay Naked and then I had the newer Stay Naked one, which I absolutely love both of those. This one is a little bit more matte than the Stay Naked one that I still have. I still love that concealer too, but this is great. So I really have been enjoying this. I've worn it quite a few times, and I just have been really enjoying the formula. So this is a good one as well. Okay, and then the last thing that I got from Sephora is just another backup of my Innisfree toner. So this is the toner that I like using, and this is the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Hyaluronic Acid Toner. So this is what it looks like. And they also changed the packaging on this, and I think they changed up the formula a little bit, but I like it even more now than I did before. So this one is the new packaging. It's like this glass bottle, and this is only like 20 bucks. So to pay for this really nice packaging is actually, and it's a really heavy bottle. So I'm like, this is totally worth it. So this is nicer packaging than some high-end brands. Like, really nice. And I love like this screw top, and then you just pour it out and tap it on your face. And I really like the new formula because it's kind of a little bit more liquidy now, so it absorbs in the skin and it just feels like a drink of water. So I really have been liking this. So I'm just going to continue to purchase it because I really like this formula. So that's everything that I got from Sephora. Now let's move on to Colourpop. So the first things that I got were some things from the Snow White collection. Of course, you guys knew I could not pass up this collection. So I picked up the eyeshadow palette and also the magic mirror. And then I also picked up 2 of the blushes. So I'm going to show you guys everything. So first off, let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. Now, originally, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up this palette or not. First off, the packaging is so pretty. And then the back has like all of the shade names and the little chipmunks. It's so adorable. And then this is what the palette looks like. So it has Snow White and the castle on it. And then on the back, it has the shade names as well again. And then when you open it up, it's really cute. And I love that it has, this is what got me to get it, was that it has the storybook page of when they originally opened the book in the movie in the beginning. They say, once upon a time, there was a princess named Snow White, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was so beautiful. So I love the outer packaging to the inner packaging. It's just such beautiful details. And then this is what the actual palette looks like. So let me give you guys a close-up. So of course I've used every single shade in this palette, and I've used a couple of shades twice in this palette as well. So let me just go over the names real quick. So we have Spellbreaker. I can't read it from here that well. What a Smile, Ever After, Such Grace, Someday, True Love, My Prince, Carried Away, In the Land, Charmed, One Last Kiss, and Far Away, right? Yeah, okay. So I actually really like the formula in this palette. I have absolutely no issues about the formula. The mattes perform really well, and the shimmers are really stunning on the eyes, especially these 2 middle metallic shades, really stunning. I really like the Super Shock as well, but everything is very pigmented, very easy to blend. The thing is that, like, I wasn't sure if I was going to get this palette because I wasn't, like, obsessed with the color story. Like, I get that this is literally a translation of Snow White, and I understand that Snow White is a very pale Snow White girl. I get it. But also, like, maybe girls that have darker skin tones would want to get this palette. And I just feel like they're very mid-range shadows again. I mean, definitely these mattes could work on darker skin tones, but like if you take this row away, like they really can only like use this row. And like of course they can use like these mattes as like brow bone highlights, but like I use this one as a brow bone highlight, but this one is like very light for me to use in the crease still. So I just wanted to make a comment about that, but also like I kind of wish that there was like a matte blue shade in here to go with the blue, a matte red to go with the red, because I feel like the mattes in here are very repetitive and very neutral. But I do like that they put a black in here and they put like a mid-tone brown and then like a deeper dark brown. But like 3 of the mattes in this palette are very, very light, so it doesn't give you that many options. So anyway, let's just swatch some of the shades. But, you know, it is a really pretty palette though, and you don't really have to think about the mattes that you're going to use because they're very easy mattes that go with a lot of the mattes, a lot of the shimmers in this palette, I mean. So this one is True Love, this one is My Prince, and this one is Charmed. So I'm just going to swatch those for you guys. But the metallics are really, really pretty. I really like the metallics in here. So those are 3 of the metallics. So that one is True Love, My Prince, and Charmed. Very, very pretty. My favorite shade is True Love. It's this gorgeous yellow gold shade. So I really, really like that shade. All right, we're almost done because I'm getting really, really tired. I just really want to relax today. How many times can I say really? I don't know. Probably like a gajillion times at least. And this last shade is called Someday, which is one of the matte shades. So, but again, the mattes do perform beautifully in here. So that is the eyeshadow palette, and just really, really cute packaging. And I don't regret getting this palette. I really like the formula, and I think I didn't think I was going to dip into it as much as I did, but I have dipped into it quite a bit. So again, I've used all the shades in here, and I really, really like it so far. And then I also did pick up the Magic Mirror. Everybody was commenting on their Instagram when Trend Mood announced this collection, like, what do you hope to see from the collection? Everybody was like, it needs a magic mirror. So I'm really glad that they did put a magic mirror in the collection. So it says magic mirror on the front, and then it says make a wish and unlock the magic on the back. And then this is what the mirror looks like. It's really, really cute. It did come with a sticker of the magic mirror mask on the front of it, but I took it off so I could use it. And then on the back, it says the same thing as it does on the back of the box. And it's a really beautiful design. It's very, very nice. Not too heavy at all, but it doesn't feel cheap. It feels substantial, but it doesn't feel like too weighty to hold in your hand. So I really like it. I really like the shape of it, and I have been using it quite a bit. And I really like it. I think it's really cute. And then the last 2 things that I got were 2 of the blushes. So I got, I don't know why this one's upside down. I got the shades I Wish and Fair Enough. So I Wish, first off, I love the packaging. Really, really pretty. I love this like pale blue packaging. Like Colourpop nails the packaging, especially on the Disney collections, because all the packaging is done by Disney. And it's just really, really pretty. So this one is called I Wish. And this one is like and I really, really like the blushes in this collection. This one is, they have more of that like sheer pearlized formula, but it's so pretty. So this one's kind of like a light peachy gold. So pretty on the cheeks. I have been wearing these quite a lot, and they're really, really nice. So that one is I Wish, and then the other shade is Fair Enough. I need to sit down soon. I'm so tired. And this one is I Wish, no, it's called Fair Enough, sorry. And this one is a stunning, like, orangey color. It's so freaking pretty. Such a unique color for them. And I really like the blush tones that they put in this collection because they're very unique shades. So that one is Fair Enough. They look absolutely stunning on the cheeks. So I think my favorite thing, and I think a lot of people's favorite thing from the collection, was the blushes because they're really, really good. So I decided to skip over the lip sets because I just felt like I didn't need them, but they're really pretty as well. So I think it was a really nice collection, and I'm just glad they put cheek products in them because they really need to put more cheek products in their collections, but I say that all the time. So that is everything that I got from the Snow White collection. And then I did get one other thing with the order. When I ordered the Snow White stuff, I wanted to get one thing from the Small World collection because I know it's been out for a little while, but I really wanted to get one of the highlighters from it, so I just decided to order one of them with that order. So I got the Super Shock highlighter in the shade Jubilant Chorus. Again, really adorable packaging, just so cute. And this one is a Super Shock highlighter. And it's just really cute with the little house on it. And then when you open it up, this is what this one looks like. It's a really pretty like white gold shade. Well, it's kind of like more white than white gold. It's a very light highlighter, but it's gorgeous. Really pretty color. Really, really like this one as well. So that is the Jubilant Chorus highlighter. I'm not obsessed with it on the cheeks, though. It looks pretty. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and Vanilla Quartz, and then I just topped it with that Rare Beauty highlighter just to show you guys how much I love that formula. But this one is pretty. It's not like my absolute favorite Super Shock highlighter from Colourpop, though, but it's good. I like it. Okay. And then I just have a couple more things from Colourpop because I did make another order. And I did actually pick up one more thing from Ulta from Colourpop as well. Did I get anything else from Ulta? Because I can't remember. I think I just got skincare. Because I remember I went there and I picked up a couple things. Okay, well, this is the stuff that I got from the website from Colourpop. What else did I get? I thought I got 5 things. I am so tired, right? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Duh. All right, so first off, the reason why I wanted to place this order is because they were running a 30% off, which was a really good, it's a really good time to just stock up on things that you need to replace. So I finally got myself another Full Beat sponge kit. These are my favorite sponges to use to blend out my foundation and my concealer. So this is now the 3rd time I've ordered this set. And with the 30% off, it's only $16. So I think that's an incredible deal. And also, I don't have that many more things to talk about. So let's finish this up. So I do have the complexion sponge in my bathroom right now because I am using that one. But it comes with these other 4 sponges. So it's the velvet sponge. I knew that was going to happen. The detail sponge, the hourglass sponge, the complexion sponge, and the silicone sponge. So yeah, I love this set. I've been using this for a while and I really love it. So yeah, really like that. And then I also ordered a backup finally of my Luxe lip oil in the shade Dewdrop. I go through this pretty much every few months, and this is always the lip oil that I use to prep my lips. They finally restocked this one. This one was out of stock for a couple of months. So I was like, when the heck are they going to restock it? So I finally picked up another one of those. And then I also wanted to get one of the new blushes that they launched. And I wanted like another like nude blush from Colourpop because I really don't have any nude blushes from them besides like one from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection. And most of their blushes are very peachy toned, and I have a ton of their peachy toned ones. So I want to get something a little bit more nude. So this one is the pressed powder blush in the shade No Rules. So I'll show you guys what this one looks like. And I like that they updated the packaging with this clear packaging because it's kind of like emulating their packaging for Target. But they also repackaged their bronzers as well. So now they have them in this packaging, which I kind of would have preferred for the bronzer packaging because I have the older packaging with like the really big compacts, but y'all know I love this bronzer. I'm wearing it today in Alviva Beach. But I didn't find it was necessary to order that because I already have that one and I don't need 2 of them. I'm not going to use that one up for a while. So this is the blush in the shade No Rules. And I've used this one a couple of times. And it's a really nice like nudie blush. But this one is still a little bit orangey. It's like more of like a warm toned blush, but I really, really like it for every day. Sorry that swatch isn't the greatest, but that is the No Rules blush, and I like it. The formula is really nice. It's super pigmented, but not like, again, like too harsh. It's very buildable, but it applies in like 2 seconds. It's really nice. Okay, and then the next product that I got was one of the older Super Shock highlighters, and I've seen Angelique Nyquist talk about this one all the time, so I finally decided to pick it up for myself. I've been wanting it for a while, and this one's in the shade Felicity. It's this really beautiful, like, peachy, pinky highlighter. It's so gorgeous. One of the most unique highlighter shades I've owned. It kind of reminds me of Diamond Dasher from Kaleidos. It's really beautiful. You can't really see it too well on camera, but in person, it's like this beautiful peachy toned pinky highlighter. It's so pretty. So I really love this one as well. And I've used this a couple of times, and it's so pretty on the face. And then the last thing that I got from this order is another thing that I've been wanting for so long that I finally just decided to pick it up. So I wanted to get the Luxe lipstick in the shade Appy. I've been wanting this shade since they launched these lipsticks, and for some reason I just never pulled the trigger. So I was like, you know what? I really want a new lipstick from my favorite formula ever. I really love the formula of the Luxe lipsticks. They're amazing. So this one's in the shade Appy. And this is what this one looks like. And I'm actually wearing it on my lips today. It's a really beautiful... I thought it was going to be a little bit less peachy toned. Again, it's very warm toned. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more cool toned, but it's still a beautiful lipstick. So I'm not going to swatch it because I'm wearing it. But I think it's beautiful. I've worn it a couple of times. And y'all know I love the formula. And then the last thing that I got from Colourpop is the Colourpop Lippy Stick in the shade Cookie. I had this so long ago when I finally decided to pick up a new one because I have since decluttered the old one that I have because it started to go bad. So this was always like my favorite lippy stick color from Colourpop, so I decided to pick up this guy. And this one is the shade Cookie, and it's a really beautiful, like, warm toned nude shade. Okay. So that is everything that I'm going to share today, and then I will film the rest another day. Well, actually, you know what? I have to talk about this guy before we go, and you know what? It's only like 3 things, so we'll be done in a minute. So the last 2 things that I have before I talk about what's on my eyes today, because it was an eyeshadow palette that I've been wanting for a while. I did get 2 things from Marshalls. So the first thing is the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara, and I've always been wanting to try a Milani mascara, but they're like $5 at Marshalls. Their prices are like $12. And this actually doesn't smell that bad, but well, it shouldn't smell bad because then that would mean it's like really old, but this is the Highly Rated Mascara, and I don't really love this mascara really at all. It's kind of super dry. Doesn't really do anything for your lashes. I would much rather just use my Colourpop mascaras, and even the Big Papa mascara or the Wet n Wild. The Wet n Wild mascaras are better than this one. So I would not recommend picking this up, but I would say if you do, get it at Marshalls. Do not pay $12 for this, but it's really not that great. So I don't really like it that much. Okay. And then the last thing that I got from Marshalls is this little Benefit Mini Blush in the shade Georgia. I just wanted to get this because I think it was like $5. And I just thought it was a really pretty peachy tone blush for every day. And I don't know what it is about Benefit blushes, but I just am such a sucker for their blushes. This one is a little bit lighter tone, but it's really pretty on the cheeks. But it has like kind of more like a sheen to it, and it's really pretty. So I decided to pick that guy up. Okay. And then the last thing that I got, because I have one more thing to share, but it hasn't come yet. So I wanted to film the majority of this haul today. So the last thing that I got is actually something that was gifted to me by my dear friend Kat, and this is the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this palette myself, and then she messaged me and said that she would gift this to me, and I thought that was just so sweet of her. So this is the Cosmic Brushes palette that everyone has been talking about, and this is what it looks like. Really beautiful floral packaging, and then when you open it up, it has this giant mirror, and then this is what the palette looks like. So let me give you guys a close-up. It's beautiful, and I wanted to show you guys this before I left, because I'm wearing it on my eyes today. So let's talk about the shade names. So we have Luster, Haze, Rosewood, Ambient, and Filigree. Then we have Inspire, Sweet Pea, Patina, Novu, and Admire. And then we have Softly, Pine, Muse, Fig, and Amethyst. And then we have Antique, Willow, Water Lily, Petal, and Whisper. So that's what the palette looks like. We have 12 mattes and 8 shimmers in here. And you guys, the hype is real about this palette. I'm definitely going to be having a first impressions up on this before this haul goes up. But I just wanted to say that these palettes are 100% worth the hype. If you were thinking about picking up one of these palettes when they get restocked, I would say go for it 100%. I would highly recommend this palette because the formula is amazing. Such beautiful blendable mattes, and the shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. And the price is only $20. Like, and this is like something that I would pay like $50 for, because I think that the formula is 100% worth it. They are so beautiful. Oh my god. So what I'm wearing on my eyes today is that I decided to do just a neutral look with the palette because I was going to class. So I used the shade Haze in my crease. Then I darkened up the crease with Rosewood, and then I put Fig on the outer corners. And then I put the shade Ambient all over my lid, and then I just used the shade Antique on my inner corners, and that's all I did today. So gorgeous. I'm obsessed. I also used this yesterday for the first time, and I played with the greens. I cannot wait to do more looks with this, and I'm actually doing a look tonight with Kat on our live, so I'm super excited. So I'm just going to swatch a couple of the shades. Oh my god. I'm obsessed with this palette. It's just amazing quality. Such sparkly, beautiful, super smooth shimmers. They are so beautiful, you guys. So there are some of the shimmers, and they swatch super well, even when I put them like on the bottom of my hand, because it's not as smooth there. So this one is Whisper, this one is Patina, and this one is Muse. And I'm just going to swatch a couple of the, oh my god. Let me grab my makeup wipes. Oh, also I did pick up a pack of makeup wipes from Marshall's as well. So, because I needed to get those like a couple of days ago. And then, let's swatch just a couple of the matte shades. But the matte shades are so smooth and very pigmented as well. So there are some of the matte shades. So this one is Pine, this one is Water Lily, and this one is Admire. Let's just swatch them right here. But again, they're so smooth that they swatch so well. So that one is Pine, that one is Water Lily, and that one is Admire. So yeah, I would 100,000% recommend this brand, and I cannot wait to do more looks with it. And thank you again to Kat for sending me this palette. I'm super excited to dive into this palette and for our live tonight. It's going to be so much fun. So yeah, I really love this palette. I need to go because I am so freaking tired. So I'm going to go lay down for a little while. This is my only day home, so I just want to relax. So yeah, I will just share the last thing with you guys when it comes. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Okay, so hey guys, so this is the last thing that I was waiting for in the mail, and it just came in the mail today. It's actually the end of the day. So I haven't been able to try this on my eyes yet because I just received it. I'm wearing the Cosmic Brushes Muse palette on my eyes again today because I've been using that pretty much every day this week. But my final thing came in And the last thing I wanted to talk about is this is my 5th Nomad palette that I'm going to be adding to my collection. Nomad is just getting me, and I know why they're so hyped now, because their formula is so ridiculously easy to work with. And their shimmers are just so pretty, and their mattes just blend so easily. So when this palette was being sneak peeked, me and my girls on YouTube were talking about it, and Debbie mentioned that I was like, I'm not going to need this palette after I was seeing like some of the teasers for it. And she was like, trust me, you're going to want this one. And I was like, no, I was like, I don't need another Nomad palette. I was like, I have 4 already. And, but somehow they keep on sucking me in. They keep on getting better. So I had to pick up the brand new Nomad Royal Europe palette. And it just came today. This packaging is so sick. It's kind of like almost looks like 3D a little bit with the way that you turn it. It's kind of like a kaleidoscope. And it also kind of looks like, it just looks really cool. I think it's sick. I love it. And then when you turn it over, it has all the shade names and where it was made. So the destination for this one was the Grand Palaces of Europe. And it says the imperial courts and royal ballrooms. And inspiration is the crown jewels. So I think it's just such an awesome concept. And originally I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get another palette. But then I saw the color story and the kind of shimmers that are in here. So I had to pick it up. So this is what the inside packaging looks like. It's pretty sick. It's the same as the outer packaging, but this is kind of like raised, and again it has like that 3D kind of carving on it. It's actually really, really cool. Like, I love Nomad's packaging. Like, they just really kill it with the packaging now, and they just make it like an entire experience, kind of similar to like Glamlight. But I love like the aesthetic and like the detail that goes into their packaging. So when you open it up, there is a tissue insert, which I do keep for all of my palettes just because they stay cleaner that way. That's just me. And then there is a mirror in here. And then this is the 15 pan Royal Europe eyeshadow palettes. And it's so pretty. So this is what it looks like. I'll show you guys a close-up of the palette, and I love like the embossments and the engravings in here. I just love that Nomad does that with their palettes. And yeah, the reason why I wanted to get this palette was, honestly, if this was a palette not full of multi-chromes, I probably would have said no. But this whole bottom row of shimmers are all multi-chromes, and out of any brand that would try to do multi-chromes that I would want to try, it would be Nomad, because they actually have never done multi-chromes before. So this last row is all multi-chrome shadows. So we have 2 rows of mattes and we have 1 row of multi-chrome. So let's go ahead and go through the names. So these are the 2 matte rows, so there are 10 mattes in total. So we have, some of them are like German names, so I might not be able to say the first 2, but the rest of them are pretty easy to pronounce. So we have Schneebefoon Palace, we have Willow Palace, Palace of Versailles, Buckingham Palace, Penna Palace, probably Pena, not Penna. Then we have Neptune Fountain, King's Room, Hall of Mirrors, the Ballroom, Great Hall, and then the multi-chromes are Imperial Crown, Royal Orb, Blue of France, St. Edward's Crown, and Royal Treasure. And again, the embossments are so cool. They've never done embossments like this before. Sounded a little weird. So since I just got this palette, I haven't even swatched it yet. I just sat down to swatch the multi-chromes, but I haven't swatched any of the mattes yet. So I actually have all all the multi-chromes, all the multi-chromes swatched out for you guys, and I'm gonna play with this palette tomorrow and on Sunday and on Monday and just really get a feel for the formula. I've heard that these multi-chromes are just so smooth and so shiny and very, very light. And the mattes are just like the typical Nomad formula. But I also heard that there's a lot of kick up with the mattes. But again, if this wasn't full of multi-chromes, I probably would have skipped out on it. But it is a beautiful jewel tone color story, and that's the thing that sold me was the multi-chromes. Since I don't really own too many multi-chromes, really the only multi-chromes that I have are in my Odens Eye palettes, and there's usually like one multi-chrome in each palette. I don't really own any multi-chromes because for me, I don't like buying single shadows. Even if they are a multi-chrome, I just don't end up using them. I'm always using or reaching a palette literally 99% of the time. I really don't use single shadows anymore. So that's why I thought this was perfect for me, because multi-chromes in a palette finally, and the price of this, it was priced at $57 for 15 shades. That is an incredible value for multi-chromes, because multi-chromes are very, very expensive to make. And then if you use a discount code, which there's a lot of affiliate codes that you can use, or some of them are affiliates, some aren't, that you can use for Nomad's palettes, and then you get 10% off, and it ends up being $51 with tax if you live in the US. If you have to pay international shipping, obviously it's going to be more, but the fact that this was $50, I'm like, that's an amazing deal. So let me show you guys the multi-chromes swatched out. I had to swatch them immediately, and they're all so beautiful. So I'll try and show you guys what they look like, but this is definitely not going to pick up the shift on camera pretty much at all. Let me see if I can do it with a mirror, but I highly doubt it. Kind of, I guess. I don't know how to shift my hand to show you guys. I have to move it back more. Yeah, you can see it a little bit there. Okay, let's stop moving it like a dumbass. So let's start with the bottom shade. So we have Imperial Crown, Royal Orb, Bleu de France, St. Edward's Crown, and Royal Treasure. So there are the multi-chromes swatched out for you guys. They are stunning. I cannot wait to throw these on my eyes. Everybody's saying how ridiculously smooth they are and shiny they are. I feel like they're kind of like, but when you swatch them out, you can see all the different glitters in here. So they definitely are multi-chromes. Maybe they don't shift as crazily as like Cleona shadows do, but honestly, I don't care. These are so beautiful. So I think my favorite shade is Imperial Crown, because it's so beautiful. It's like a reddish, greenish gold shade, but the other shades are stunning as well. But when I swatched that one, I was like, wow, that one is beautiful. So let's just swatch a couple of the matte shades. Ooh, these are so velvety smooth. Yeah, let's do some of the fun shades. I swear, but as soon as you dip into it, like, the embossing already goes away. Wow, these are pigmented mattes. So there is Hall of Mirrors and the Ballroom. Let me try and get a little bit more pigment on there. Yeah, really, really pigmented, really nice. And then let's just do one more. I don't want to be here forever. My brother's friend is here. And this is that green shade. And this one is called King's Room. So there are some of the mattes for you guys. I'm not going to swatch all of them, but these are really, really pigmented, really smooth. I love Nomad's formula, so I'm super excited to try this out tomorrow. I think I'm going to play with the purpley shades because I really want to try this purple. And I'm planning on wearing something purple tomorrow. So yeah, I'm super excited to try this. Cannot believe this is my 5th Nomad palette, but I cannot believe how sucked in I got into this brand. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That is everything that I picked up recently. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at cbw819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I know I spent 10 minutes talking about one eyeshadow palette, but let me know if you guys picked up any of these products and any of your thoughts. Did you pick up the Nomad palette? Did you pick up the Cosmic Brushes palette? Let me know. And let me know what you thought of them, and are any of these on your wish list. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.